Fox show's gonna be on the red carpet doing her Xavia Fox red carpet thing.
Hey everybody! Yeehaw! Oh, you can't win, not in the game. Give me a beat. I can only imagine what this next one is going, because this one was one of the controversial ones from the men. So it set a lot of people off on Facebook. There was some conversations going on all over the place. My little notification thing was full. Y'all was just all over the place talking about it. So let's start off with Talisia. Let's let her get on up. Let's see who she gonna call out today. All right.
Asian woman, I've never heard a white woman say I'm a strong white woman. I've never heard it. And just, Asian woman, I've never heard a white woman say I'm a strong white woman, and I've never heard it. And it's just, I don't know. I know for me, it's like, well, let me be the judge of that. Let me be the judge of whether or not you're a strong woman. And don't get it twisted. I know I'm expressing this, and what I don't want to get lost is the fact that that's what I desire. But it's based off what I perceive as a strong black woman. And my 38 years of being on this earth, my grandmother was the strongest woman, period. And she had money, she had property, you know what I'm saying? She was in church, she took care of her own, you know, but it was those intangible things that, to me, made her a strong woman. When she was broke, how would she handle that situation? When she lost everything, when she lost all of her wealth and so forth, how she bounced back. You would have never had known this woman owned property all over Chicago because of her character. And it's not necessarily based off your things or necessarily what you accomplished, and those things are great, you know what I'm saying? But when I hear the phrase strong black woman, my first mind is what makes you that woman.
Okay, let me start off by saying I don't totally disagree with what you said, Elemuel. I just don't necessarily agree with your logic. I want it, like, from it is my personal belief that a lot of women, I don't have any friends that run around and proclaim to be strong black women. But however, I look at it as a lot of us may use that term as a form of a self-promotion. I'm going to say that because you don't have too many black men going around patting us on our backs or telling us what praising us on our accomplishments, period. And that same clip you talked about Michelle Obama, for instance, there are a lot of Michelle Obamas. You guys fail to realize that there are a lot of Michelle Obamas. There will be a hell of a lot of more Michelle Obamas if there were a lot more Barack Obamas. About this for a lot of different reasons, but I feel like nothing we ever do is right. In that same clip you talked about how the Asian women, the white women don't go around stating they're strong, but they don't have to because their men stand by them. They're not walking around calling them bitches and hoes and talking about what they do wrong, and I mean all of those kind of things. So if a lot of us are walking around talking about we're strong black women, that's because we have to reiterate to you guys what you don't see. A lot of us don't equate being a strong black woman because we got a car and we got our own house. A lot of us run around proclaiming that we are strong black women because we're taking care of your kids. We're going to work every day. We can't afford to miss a day of work. So I mean, I don't totally disagree with what you're saying. I just don't get your logic behind it.
All right, man. It's Barack's turn.
Here's the thing. There was a lot left out of that clip. Okay? No. Can I finish? See, you still talking. I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but I don't understand what part of my logic that you don't agree with. Because what I did say is that I do desire that. And you're right. As men, as black men, we could do a better job at uplifting our women. But understand something from a single black man who is out here looking for a wife and looking for, first of all, let me take a step back to just date. It's hard to even date because you're putting up, not you per se, I mean you figuratively, not literally. Sometimes it's hard, and the part of the clip that was left out was the fact that I said sometimes women don't necessarily say it, that I'm a strong black woman. They don't necessarily use the phrase, but what comes off is this attitude, this energy. That I didn't even ask you about anything like that. I just asked you, how was your day? What's your favorite food? You like shrimp too? I do too. I like my grill. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that what I'm going to do now is just use wisdom and not make this a combative thing, because I think we're saying the same thing. That is true. I think we're saying the same thing. I just don't think what you understand is, since you don't date women, is that from my perspective, But what I'm saying is from my perspective, you know, I meet a variety of women, and I do have friends. I have very good friends that are strictly friends that they tell me I know who they are. So the women that you're talking about that's raising children by themselves and the dad isn't around, they're strong women. Yes. But I do run across a percentage of women who don't do that. And they talk about, and they don't even have kids. I got one in my mind right now. She don't even have children, but she talks about her going to college, what school she went to, and you know what she does now, and then she just got promoted. And in that conversation, you will find out she don't say strong black woman, but the energy comes across as such. And that's all I'm saying. I don't need that in my face. And as a black man, I wouldn't say I take offense to this, but to say that other ethnicities stand behind their women, I don't know if that's necessarily true.
It's not.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
It's not.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. And not only that, but we got a whole different struggle when it comes to other ethnicities. So that's not a question. That's not a question. So as a black man, I don't take offense to it, but I would just suggest that you just think about it a little bit more, because we have a totally different struggle than a white man, than an Asian man, than a Mexican man. But they not dealing with you.
You're exactly right. You know what I mean? I agree with everything you just said. However, of course, you know, you're looking for that Barack, but you got to glorify that Barack. You know what I mean?
I have a problem with that.
I'm saying, but in the masses, you guys are glorifying that guy with the flashy rims. You're not glorifying that guy that was in the trenches, like myself, you know, going to school, going to class. I'm speaking from a position of truth, though. Hold on. But I'm speaking from a position of truth, you know what I mean? I just so happen to be an athlete. I'm 35. I got a stigmatism that, oh, you're an athlete. What they don't understand is that I'm also educated as well. You know what I mean? Women flocked after me because I was an athlete. Had no interest in my education or anything. You know, I got a jersey on my back, so that's what they went after me for. Those are women I rejected. You know what I mean? Now understand this. A Barack Obama cannot deal with a woman that's in here arguing for 3 hours. He got me, which you win. You know what I mean? He cannot deal with a woman that want to sit here and talk about why he didn't take out the trash for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want that guy, you got to glorify that guy versus the guy with the spinning rims. I'm not accusing you of that, but I'm saying the flashy guy on the street. Women, first of all, let me say this first and most. Women have all the power. What a guy does is predicated on what a woman wants. You tell a guy, I like a guy in the clown suit, he gonna show up with clown suit, and if you really like, he gonna show up with balloons. You understand that? But what you tell a guy what I like is what he's gonna show up as. But if you say I like a guy that balling out of control, that got money, if he don't have the means to make that money, he's gonna do what he gotta do to get you. The thing is that you want a Barack, you gotta glorify that Barack.
Okay.
You know, you gotta uplift him. The guy that's in the trenches, doing the class, doing the right thing, hasn't been arrested, you know what I'm saying? That don't have 1,000 tattoos, is standing on the corner, you gotta glorify that guy. But what I've seen in our community is, we glorifying that guy, we glorifying that person, quote unquote balling. You want a guy that's a baller. You should be looking for that guy that's working 2 to 3 jobs just to take care of you. That's my point.
Comment. A strong black woman, if we're going to use that term, is not impressed by any of those things that you just said.